That black male detective is now suing. Those cops called him a dumbass and other derogatory words because he told them he was the police too.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 10, it says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever." I'd like to start off by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone Ruel. Salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth across the four corners of the globe. That's 144,000, the prophets, the men, and the 1/3 men, women, and children that do take heed to these lessons. Shalom to the speckled bird of brothers that do listen. Just gonna go into this. Hey man, this is not our rest. All right, it's clear as day. No matter who's a puppet or facing office, you know, even if it's a Jake behind closed doors, this is really still Esau's kingdom, man. You know, if I'm not mistaken, a detective, you know, the role that this guy plays in law enforcement is higher than the cops that pulled him over. But yet they insulted him, calling him a dumbass. You know, but really they were just hating that they couldn't fuck with him, you know, because they're like, damn, this dude knows the law. Damn, it's going to be more of them in law enforcement. And it's going to be less of us able to just, you know, bullshit and be the devil, you know, which is what they do. All right. I got another clip I'm going to show where it really just shows you that this whole police thing is about to implode and there's not going to be any more police. It's going to be every man for himself. You know, because you have a lot of police officers that don't want to be outed for being a racist, you know, if they be of another nation. And also the job itself is too demanding for the cost. You know, reason why they're trying to raise the income in most areas. And they're employing, especially here in Chicago, they're taking police from other states to come over here. You know, because that jab made a lot of people, you know, choose to transfer to different states. Also, this leftist agenda made men not want to be under the orders of a woman. You know, so sooner or later that's all gonna fall down. But back to, you know, the topic at hand is that, hey, this is not a place that the Lord wanted us to thrive. Each and every time we began to thrive, the Lord brought us down. You know, I'm gonna just quote it. I'm not gonna get the scripture in Jeremiah, but I think it was Hananiah who was talking to the people, and he took the stocks off of Jeremiah, and the Lord returned with an answer through Jeremiah and told him that you know, hey, the king of Babylon had put stocks of wood on him, but he would put stocks and yokes of iron upon us, meaning that the captivity was going to be harsh, you know, and it couldn't be stopped by man, but by the Most High. The Most High is in control, you know. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get that real quick, then I'm going to go back to these scriptures that I'm bringing out. This is Psalms chapter 75, verse 6. It says, "For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south." You know, which is why we say that China's not going to be the next superpower. It's going to be the nation of Israel. It's going to be a nation who the world look not for to rule, because the Most High is in control of that. He spoke this. You know, it even says that the kingdom of heaven cometh not by observation. So it's not going to look like we're rising up to that. Oh, it look like these black people are about to know, because every time we did that, the Lord used the heathen to chop us down. This is about to be a sovereignty of divine intervention. Our power is going to come from on high. All right. It says, "For in the hand of the Lord Yahweh there is a cup, and the wine is red, it is full of mixture, and he poureth out of the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth, shall wring them out and drink them. Which is now has come the judgment of the Most High to these nations, and hey, that's when we're gonna rule. That's one of the reasons why places like China or Russia, they're not gonna be the next superpower, because they have a judgment to serve out. Not to mention the Lord, He wants righteousness to rule, and His chosen righteous nation is Jacob. You know, which every nation hates on. I'm gonna go to the next clip.
Recognition for your heroic efforts. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'd like to give you an opportunity to say a few words.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I feel like I did what anyone would have done with the little bit of training that I have. I'm a certified firearms instructor. I work in this high school in Minneapolis. I'm a dad and a husband and a wonderful community member. That day, 9 of your squad cars raced past us as I was flagging them down. It said in the letter you sent me. And that was a potential of 18 people. 18 people could have stopped to help preserve life. But 18 people chose to go to a potential threat. And I recognized the man had a pistol and we didn't know what he was doing. I do appreciate the recognition. But I won't keep this stuff. This will go to my mom, and this will probably go to my son, because I'm very uncomfortable being here with you guys. I do not rock with the police. But I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to say these things, and I just want folks to know that they don't keep us safe. We keep us safe. Riots work. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Alex.
I can take this with me?
This is for you.
Thank you. Y'all be safe out here.
Great work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Is the box ready? The Chiefs Award for Valor in recognition for your heroic efforts. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you heard the last statement that Jake had said. He said that riots work. Meaning he's saying that we better off doing this thing on our own than relying on the police to come and help us, you know? Which sooner or later that's gonna happen. It's just gonna be that. Get a couple scriptures. I'm gonna start with this Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction." Which the only jakes that usually want to be in society are wicked ones, you know, because going through all this hell should show you that you're not supposed to be in this society. But our people, they'll love to point the finger and say that, well, the heathen can do this and the heathen can do that. Well, this is their society. But in our God, He requires that we don't do wickedness, which is what the heathen get away with doing, man. You know, every time Jake does the same thing that the heathen does, the Most High chastises him for that. And I'm going to get that right here in the book of First Maccabees. Slucking up First Maccabees with second. This is 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 12. It says, "Now I beseech those that read this book that they be not discouraged for these calamities, but that they judge those punishments not to be for destruction, but for a chastening of our nation," which is what the Lord did. You know, like I said, all these things that have been done to us, all the things that have been done to us while we've been in this American and on this American soil, they were to chastise us to understand not to go off. You know, that's the reason why the Lord wasn't chastising the heathen. He was just letting their wickedness build up, because the Lord truly isn't for the heathen. You know, hey, they were just put here as a way to deceive the wicked of our people. You know, and judge our nation until the time of threshing, man, or the time of refreshing. It says, "For it is a token of His great goodness, when wicked doers are not suffered any long time before with punished." That's the reason why the Most High does that. And this is talking about the Israelites right here, man. You know, that's a just thing that the Most High comes and jacks us up on the spot, so that we understand we're not supposed to go off. But here's the rest of it. "For not as with other nations, whom the Lord patiently forbeareth to punish." So the Lord, He hates the heathen that much that He's using patience to forbear, not jacking them up at the moment like that, because He wants to do it all in one sitting, which is going to be terrible. Because you know what? What did Ezra say? He said, "Why can't you just bring those that were before and those that are going to come after, and just bring them all at once?" You know, well, that's not how the Lord does things, man. You know, like He said, He likens His judgment unto a ring. So now it's coming to the time where, what goes around comes around, and the heathen are going to be punished for the things that they've done. It says, "Till they become to the fullness of their sins, so dealeth He with us. Lest there being come to the height of sin, afterwards He should take vengeance of us." So we're just waiting on the height of sin for these heathens, man. You know, Esau, Edom, who was the so-called white man, Ishmael, who are the so-called Arabs today, the Edomites, who are the so-called Persians and people of South Asian or East Indian descent, whatever you wish to call them. Their name is biblically Elam. The Moabites, who are the Chinese, the Ammonites, who are the Japanese, and all the rest of the heathens mixed along within them. You know, the Lord is coming. He has not forgotten what these people have done. You know, but this is Zechariah chapter 11 verse 5. It says, "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty." "Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord Yahweh, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not." You know, which goes into how Esau has even, because basically even that guy who just suffered discrimination, before he was suffering discrimination, he probably was just one of those asshole so-called black cops. This is doing too much. He was probably one of those asshole black cops that was in law enforcement. You gotta calm down, bro. Which we know a lot of them. Hey, the so-called black cop is usually the most racist. What Ice Cube said in his song. He said in his song, "Black police showing off for the white cop," because that's what really happens. You had the so-called, you had the Jake cop that have been and did worse than the Edomite cop to you. I know, because in Jackson, the majority of the cops are niggas. And then they are more terrible than the so-called white man when it comes down to that. But that's a part of that their own shepherds pity them not. They're overseers, man. The faces that Esau has set up over our people to deceive, man. Here you got Lori Lightfoot, man, with her bald-headed ass. These are all people that are in Esau's pocket that are persuading you to be a part of his agenda to destroy you in each and every way, to make you fall for the okie doke, But hey, it's coming to pass that the Lord is not dealing with them on that level anymore. He's about to destroy this system. He was using this system the Most High only used this system for His gain and for the profit of bettering His people. He didn't use it to better or forward the agenda of the so-called white man. He is not for the so-called white man or any other heathen outside the nation of Israel. And there's nothing wrong with that. Look at all the hell that you did to us at that, man. The Lord, He let you enjoy that time. Now it's come judgment. Yeah, this is Psalms 46:9. "He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire," which is what the Lord is about to do with all this man's host. With all Esau's host and his army, He's going to destroy all his military, his drones, his tanks, his missiles. He's going to end it all. It says, be still and know that I am the Lord Yahweh. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. And that's where it goes into. No more shall it be said that the Lord Yahweh liveth, that delivered the children of Israel from the land of Egypt. But the Lord Yahweh liveth, who delivered the children of Israel out of the land of the north, which is North America, which is where we are to this day. All right. The Lord Yahweh of hosts, which a host is an army, is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge, Salah, which is a deep point, you know. That out of all these gadgets and these numbers that these other nations have, and how they've been jacking us up, at the end of the day, we're gonna win, not having anything but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. You know, they were not for our turn, so we are not for theirs. And any other time, they were just looking for a time to bring us down. You saw it. A whole detective is getting harassed, man. And that's good that that's happened, because that showed him, for one, even if he continues in that, well, he'd be a stupid ass nigga, that the Lord is not dealing with us being into this man's system like that. You're not going to get a pat on the back. You're not going to get a cookie. You're not going to get any type of reward for being a sellout coon, man. And which that's what our people think. They think that they the token nigga and the Esau is going to accept them. Well, the Most High is going to put the spirit on that devil to fuck you up. This is James chapter 5. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl. Yeah, this is what the other nations should be doing, because their time has come, dude. They're about to lose everything. It says, for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted. Your garments are moth-eaten. So all the things, all the glory that they have right now, it's about to suffer. It's about to be cankered and tainted. It was already tainted through their works, but what I mean tainted, that means it's about to wax old and it's about to be taken away. It says, your gold and silver is cankered, you know, because when you go into that Sirach, what is it, the 10th chapter, it says, because of unrighteous dealings and riches gotten by deceit and injuries, well, you're about to suffer for those things, man. It says, and they've injured our people. They've physically, mentally, and spiritually handicapped Israel to only being a part of them. No matter how much we try to fight to get out, Esau uses us as the forefront. The only time he cares about Jake is when he's fucking him up. That's pretty malicious, man. Otherwise, nobody cares. Nobody cares about the plight of the so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American man. You're just a face, a mascot for America in sufferings. Right? And it says, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, which this man has been. Hey, he's trying to make it seem like he's not the one ruling the earth, but he's the one still with the riches. So he's been caught red-handed. How is it that you have all this power and all this money, and this ain't your fault? Well, it's a witness against you, because you had the chance and the opportunity plenty of times to do something that's right, but you put it off because you didn't want to do it. That's a lazy person, man. That's that wicked scoundrel Esau, whom the Lord is not dealing with, because he has no care of life. We're gonna be like, hey man, when we get in the kingdom, we'll be like, remember that time some wicked ass person almost destroyed the entire world, but the Most High had to destroy him. But it says, verse 3, it says, your gold and silver is cankered, and the rest of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. You have heaped treasure together for the last days, which is what the elites have done, man. Coming back into power in this new Rome. It says, behold, the hire of laborers, which is mostly Jake. Really, this is talking about Jake, you know, who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them have reaped, which have reaped, are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. Yeah, man. If I can get it, I think it's in Sirach where it talks about don't despise the poor man, lest he cried to his maker and his maker heareth him. Which is talking about Jacob. Esau should have been helping these people, man. He should have been helping our people. But he chose to be the devil. He chose to slay. I thought it was in Sirach 11, but you know what? I'm going to just get this one in Sirach 14th chapter if I can find that. I'm just gonna get this Sirach 14. This is Sirach 14:3. Riches are not comely for a niggard, and what should an envious man do with money? He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others. They shall spend his goods riotously. So that's what's about to happen to this devil, man. We're gonna reap back everything that he took, and we're gonna own him and everything about him, the same way he tried to do unto us. Sirach 27, verse 25. Whoso casteth a stone on high, cast it on his own head, and a deceitful stroke shall make wounds. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. He that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh, which is what's happening right now. This man is not saying that he's being taken down the way it's about to happen in the blink of an eye. He sees it, but the way that it's going to happen is going to happen dramatically. Because the Most High is putting his hand in this place every day. The Most High judges the righteous, and he's angry with the wicked every day. So the Lord is actually enacting judgment at this time because of all the deeds that this man is continuing to do. So that's why you see people talking about storms and things happening on a biblical proportion, because it is biblical proportion called prophecy. The Lord spoke about these things coming to pass, how that there will be tempests, there will be earthquakes in diverse places. There will be beasts changing their places. Too loud, bro. So much, so on and so forth. But this is verse 28. It says, mockery and reproach are for the proud, but vengeance as a lion shall lie in wait for them. They that rejoice at the fall of the righteous shall be taken in the snare, and anguish shall consume them before they die. So with that, we're going to end this lesson off and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakakodash. Shalom and Abba Ball.